So look at this, it's October and it's a bright, sunny, lovely day. Now it hasn't been for the last few days. If you saw from the last video, it was a bit grey when I took the photos of the murals and things. It was a bit grey, a bit overcast, wasn't so nice. But now, beautiful, hot and sunny. So I'm out with the drone and the camera. I'm going somewhere to take some pictures, to do a video for you to show you this little place I like, and I've been going to since I was a kid. And also just to enjoy a nice sunny day for a change.
Where did you go when I needed you most?
And also, as it's October, I know this probably doesn't mean an awful lot because I've tended to do this all year round, but as it's October, it's about time the cat made its way back into the car. So the cat's back, going on the dashboard. Unfortunately, where his head fell off, and you've seen the videos where his head fell off and then his head came back on again, and vice versa, it's on and off. His head doesn't move anymore, which means his eyes don't move either, so he's not jiggling around, which means he's just going to be a static Halloween cat sitting on the dashboard. But it's going to be back on the dashboard, so it's about time really. So, where exactly am I and what am I doing out here? Well, this is the village of Wickenbrew, sign behind me. And you also see behind me a nice white building. There's a church. And over that side next to me is a pillbox from the Second World War. There's a few of them about around this sort of part of Kent. Although this pillbox isn't one you can actually reach, because between that and me is a river. And that river is the main reason why there's a big white building up that way, and why we used to come here a lot as kids. My dad used to bring us here, sort of when we had nothing else to do, we'd go around the villages and look at stuff, and it was really interesting really, you know, nice things to do, pleasant walk, actually exercise. I know I don't do much nowadays, but I used to. It's a lovely place to come and have a walk, wander around, look around, and for photography, as I shall hopefully make out today, very nice sort of photogenic little village. So the watermill you can see behind me, a beautiful building, lovely white building, lots of windows, been there for a very, very long time, but it hasn't been working for a very long time, or for a while should I say. When I was a kid, we came here, it used to be working, you could hear the water rushing through it all the time. Now I don't think the water flows strong enough to actually help it and to make it flow as it used to. Oddly enough, traffic-wise, there's quite a few people sort of tend to fly through here for some reason. I don't know where they're all going. It's not really a run to anywhere, I don't think. But then again, it's one of those places we used to drive in the country, we would pass through it. There's loads of lovely architecture and loads of country houses and that sort of stuff. It's very, very pretty. There is also a little brook next to me here. This is coming off of what the water would have come out of the watermill there, rushes down underneath the road into this little brook bit here. We used to fish off it. I say fish, there's a little bit you can walk down, I'll show you, and we used to sort of like stick buckets in the water and little nets and catch tiny little fish that were really, really small, and then put them back because there was no point in keeping them, but it was fun and something to do. Now there is also a pub behind me, this one here. This is called the Rose Inn. Lovely little pub. I've never been in it. We weren't really old enough to go in the pub, and I don't think my mum and dad wanted to do anything anyway. So I'm sitting under a bleeding great big tree. It's enormous, huge, and it's nice and comfortable, and it's nice and in the shade, as I said, because it's actually quite a nice day. So as I said, I hadn't had any drink in the pub because we were too young for it, and my mum and dad didn't really. I think we probably took packed lunches out, or we didn't stop here for very long. When we came here, we were never here for more than half an hour to an hour, I don't suppose. There's a road over there where we used to buy jam, or there's a lady that made homemade jams. That's one of the reasons I think my parents came here. My dad especially used to buy homemade marmalade, which was really nice. The last time I came here, I mean, I haven't been here for about 10 years. The last time I came here was about 10 years ago. I came, and I can know that because I came with my eldest son when he was a baby in a pushchair, and somebody I love very much. And We had a wander around, took some photos. It wasn't, I don't think it was as warm as this, it wasn't as nice as this, but it's a beautiful place. I like it. It's a really nice, peaceful place to come. Some of the villages around the Canterbury area are really, really nice. There's little beautiful villages here, there and everywhere. If you've got nothing else to do and it's a nice day, just fancy a drive, have a drive, stop at some of these places, have a look around. It's a really good way just to spend some time and get a bit of sun if you can. So I'm not 100% sure, but I think the lady that used to sell the jam was down there somewhere, sort of somewhere behind us. I must admit it's probably at least 40 years since I've been to that part, or since she was selling jam, and she was a very old lady then, so I think she was in her 80s, so it was very nice jam and preserves. So I don't know if there'll be any fish in the water now. I mean, it was years ago, it was only tiny little fish anyway, so, but it's worth having a look. So I'm really curious now to see if there's anything in there, and I'm going to have a nose. And then I'm going to get the drone out and have a fly around and show you the rest of this lovely little village.